Your insecurity isn't ruining your relationship because you're not enough. It's ruining it because you're trying to control everything. You control the narrative. You control how things go. Sometimes, even her. And if control is insecurity, where does that come from? Your ego isn't trying to build connection. It's trying to protect you, protect how you're seen, protect your identity, protect you from feeling not enough. Because vulnerability means something your ego hates. No control. So your ego makes a trade. Control over connection. And most men don't even see it. They call it care. They call it standards. They call it being alpha. But love doesn't need control. It needs freedom. Freedom for someone to choose you, not feel managed by you. Because the moment you try to control love, you stop experiencing it. You start managing it. And that's where everything starts to break. Insecurity doesn't show up as weakness. It shows up as control. Checking, needing reassurance, trying to guide everything. Not because you're strong, but because you don't trust. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust the relationship. You don't trust that you're enough. So you grip tighter, and that grip pushes connection away. Now for me, this didn't always look like controlling her. It did at times, I'll own that. But more often, I was controlling how I was seen, how the relationship looked, where it was going. I needed certainty. I needed reassurance. I needed it to feel right. So I held on tighter than I should have. And I didn't realize the tighter I held on, the more I was suffocating the very thing I wanted. You tell yourself you care. You tell yourself it's care. But if we're being honest, it's fear. Fear of losing her. Fear of not being chosen. Fear of not being enough. So instead of trusting the relationship, you tighten your grip. And that's the trap. Because love doesn't grow under control. It grows under freedom. Freedom for her to choose you, not feel managed by you. Because the moment you take away choice, you don't have love anymore. You have control. And control will slowly kill the connection you're trying to protect. And most men don't even realize when they're being controlling because it doesn't look like control. It looks like care. It looks like leadership. It looks like love, but it's not. Here's how it actually shows up. Control disguised as care. You check in constantly. You want updates. You need to know what's going on. You tell yourself, I just care. But you're not checking in to connect. You're checking in to feel secure. You don't want connection. You want reassurance. Control disguised as standards. I just know what I want. I don't tolerate certain things. I'm setting the tone. It sounds strong, but underneath it, you're shaping her behavior so you don't feel uncomfortable. That's not leadership. That's control. If she has to adjust to keep you comfortable, that's pressure, not love. Control disguised as direction. This one's subtle. You're not controlling her. You're controlling the relationship, where it's going, what it means, how it should look. You need certainty. And when you don't have it, you tighten your grip. I know this one well. This was me. Not controlling her, but controlling the outcome. And love doesn't grow like that. The more you try to manage the relationship, the less you actually experience it. And all of this comes from one place. Insecurity. Not feeling enough. Not feeling safe. Not trusting that you'll be chosen. So you try to control what you're afraid to lose. But the tighter you hold on, the less freedom there is. And without freedom, there is no real love. If you need to control everything in your relationship, it's because you don't feel secure in yourself. And no amount of control will ever fix that. The more you try to control love, the less love you actually experience. And this is exactly why a lot of men end up hurting the women they care about most. Not because they don't love them, but because they're protecting something inside themselves. I break that down in this video here.